Hey everyone, this is Crystal and I'm back with week 25 in my Project Life album for 2020. You can see I already have my photos printed and I think this is where they're going to stay. For supplies, off to my right, I have a huge pile of mess that is the July Life Crafted kit from Citrus Twist Kits and the scrapbook add-on, and I am just going to kind of go through that whole mess and pull things from it, and that's what I'm going to use for this spread. So hopefully it won't take me too long to kind of sort through all the stuff that I have out, and I can get this spread done quickly. So yeah, I'm going to put you on fast forward and get started. So first of all, I feel like I should clarify that it's not the kits that are a mess. It is, the mess is what I have created from the kits, from creating several projects in a row and just not cleaning anything up and just piling it all off to the side. So that is what I'm trying to pull from. I don't have all the cards together. I don't have all the papers together. It's literally just a big pile off to my right. And I am just trying to pull one thing at a time and see if I can use it on the spread and then move on to the next thing. So because it's such a mess, and because I know in my mind that this is going to be the last project I create with this kit, not because there's not enough product left, but because I need to move on to other kits. I already have my August kit from Citrus Twist at this point. I have other kits that need to be used. So I know that this is going to be the last thing I make with this kit as a whole. It takes me a long time to decide which cards to use. I think half this video is me trying to decide what cards and papers to use on this spread and trying to rearrange things to make it work. Again, not because there's not enough here to work with, but because there are too many things. There are too many combinations that I really want to use, too many papers and cards that I really want to use, and I have a hard time choosing. So you're going to see me move things around a lot. I try lots of different combinations. A lot of them would have worked just fine. You'll see a lot of them look really great, but you know, I have to only choose one. So I want to make sure that I choose the best one. And it's probably not a good idea to decide, for me anyway, ahead of time that this is the last thing I'm going to create with this kit, because it made me super indecisive. And obviously I'm keeping all of these products that are left over in my stash, and I will obviously be able to use them in the future. But in my mind, this is the last thing I'm creating with this kit as a kit, if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. So yeah, I was super indecisive. I'm trying to move things around a lot. As always, I'm thinking about a balance of color and of pattern, of weight, of visual weight on the page. I don't want any part of it to feel too heavy, visually heavy. And I want there to be a good distribution of colors. So I've got that blue card at the bottom that I really like, along with my photo. That's a photo of my dad and me as a baby that I sent to him on Father's Day. And this is the week of Father's Day. So I really wanted that card next to that photo, which means I need to bring in more of that blue color somewhere on the spread. I do have the card under the photo of my Life Crafted albums that has that blue in it, but it's mostly white, so it's a little bit more subtle. So I'm thinking maybe I need more blue. Right now I'm considering adding it in the title card. So I have that blue floral paper from the add-on kit. Then I remembered there was a blue paper in the Life Crafted kit as well, so I pulled that out. I really like both of those, but then I found this floral paper that kind of tied in all the colors on the spread and worked really well with the rainbow card. So I was trying to decide between those two. Do I use the blue paper or do I use that floral paper? And you'll see I start off with the floral. I cut that 6x8 paper in half to get it to 4x6 so I can use it in my title card position. And I think maybe I'll add some neutral by adding one of those scraps of black and white polka dot paper behind my other photo, my other square photo. But I didn't like the floral and the polka dot together. So yeah, it was just a lot of shuffling. It was a lot of trying things out, trying to get as many of these things onto the page as I could, just to make sure that I got them used and got them in my album instead of leaving them in my stash. So just going through all my scraps, all the little pieces, I found another card on this cut apart sheet. I really love this cut apart sheet from Pinkfish Studio. There was another 3x4 cut apart on it that had another floral pattern that also included all the colors that are in that rainbow and on the rest of the spread. And I thought, ooh, if I use that, then I can bring back the blue paper in my title card. It'll tie in the blue paper or the blue card at the bottom of my spread, and then I still have a floral that kind of ties all the colors together. So I was thinking that, but I wanted to make sure that that's really what I wanted to do. So I try the floral card again as my title card and think maybe I'll bring in this lighter blue color under my photo. This totally would have worked. That works just great. It would have been fine. But I don't stay with it. I go back to the darker blue title card and this little floral 3x4 and decide to go with that. And that's going to be what I stick with. But clearly I have not made my decision just yet. So I'm going to play around a little bit more, but eventually that's what I'm going to go with. So that floral card, the 3x4 that came from the Pinkfish Studio cut apart, it's actually oriented the other way, but I wanted my photo to sit on the floral pattern and have that white space at the bottom. Which works just fine, except that there is that little circle embellishment on it that is upside down. So I know that I need to cover it. I need to find some way of covering that up so that I can use it upside down. I also thought about trying to use one of these other cut apart pieces from the Sweet Story cut apart that was in the add-on kit as part of my title card, just to again bring in some more of the color from the rest of the page. I think it would have worked just fine, one of these little kind of Polaroid style cut apart pieces. I especially liked that one, but I felt like it was a little bit big on that 4x6 card and kind of drew too much attention from the rest of the spread. So I end up just using one of these labels from that same cut apart sheet in that kind of mustardy yellow color that's on that blue paper already. And I felt like that was a better option. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm just, again, looking through all the scraps that I have there and kind of picking up the papers and cards, getting those out of my way so I can start to go through the embellishments, since I have finally decided that this is the configuration I'm going to stick with. So starting with embellishments, I'm just going to pull them one by one, again, from that messy pile that I have next to me, and look at each one and kind of pull off the things that I think might work and set them off to the right-hand side. So I'm starting with the chipboard pieces that were in the Life Crafted kit. I grabbed the stamp and the enamel dots. I know I'm going to use some of those, so I set that off to the side there. This is the Ephemera Pack from Pink Paisley's 5th and Monaco collection that was in the scrapbook add-on. I haven't used much of it, so I would really like to get some of it onto this spread. I found that little floral piece and I added it to the title card, and I really like the way that that looks, which is a bit unusual for me. I normally don't kind of add those random colors on top of other patterns like that, but for some reason I really like the way it looks, so I'm going to end up keeping that there. I also added Loving This die cut to one of my 4x6 photos, or actually the only 4x6 photo, and there was a little kind of scrap of circle that I had cut apart from another die cut that I added to the page as well. And then I had a few die cuts and cut aparts from the Life Crafted kit, just kind of setting off to the side there that I had pulled out for another project. So I started going through those and pulled a couple of those. And then I have the puffy stickers from Pinkfish Studio. I really want to use that rainbow piece, so I added it over there to the right to try and figure out where I want to put it. And then I grab the 6x12 stickers from the Pinkfish Studio collection that was in the add-on kit, and I find a few of those that I think will work. So I'm not adding anything to the photos yet. Most of these things already have adhesive on them, so I don't want to add them to the photos yet. I'm just kind of setting them off to the side. I have a laminated desk surface, so they don't stick to that. They pull off really easily, so I can just kind of set them down and then add them as I work through each of the individual pockets. So I found a few things I think will work. I'm looking at the alphas, trying to decide what I want to use for my title card, and I think it's finally time to start gluing things down. We are almost 10 minutes into this video, and I'm finally going to start gluing things. So I'm going to start with the 4x6 photo. This is a photo of the goodies I got from scrapbook.com. As part of their creative team for their exclusive products. And I really wanted to add that rainbow there. So I thought that added a lot of color to an otherwise fairly neutral photo, and then I just added the Loving This die cut and a sticker that said scrapbooking below it. For this photo, which is actually, again, another screenshot of a video, or a video capture, I guess. Is that what you call it? Something like that. From one of the videos we posted during this week. I'm going to add one of the chipboard pieces with just a little label below it, and just add that directly to the photo, just as a little cluster all by itself there. And then that other little circle I just picked up, it has a little heart in it. I'm going to add it along with the music note sticker to another photo, which is another video capture from this week. So clearly I didn't have a lot of photos this week. 2 of them were captured from videos that we posted, and 3 of them are crafty photos that I would normally not put in this album. But again, I didn't have a lot of other photos. So that is, it shows what was happening this week. It was mostly about those things, about creating those videos and working on crafty things. So it's still a good representation of our week. It's just not what I typically include in my album. So I'm just working through each of these pockets to kind of add all the embellishments that I want to add. This one has, so it has that kind of floral in a circle printed on the card. And normally it wouldn't bother me to cover things up, or, I hang things off the edge and cut them off. But the photo here covered up enough of it that you couldn't really see what was there. And it bothered me a little bit that it was covering up too much of what was printed on that card. So to fix that problem, I just added that half circle scrap paper, and it was in a pink color that matched the label I wanted to include on that photo anyway. So I thought that worked out really well. Then I'm not bothered by just barely seeing the pattern on the card, and also have more of that pink. So moving on to my title card, I have that label from the Sweet Story Cut Apart, and that die cut floral from the pink paisley ephemera, and then I'm adding alphas from the Life Crafted kit in black, and then I'm just going to date stamp the dates of this week in the label, and then that's going to be it. So super simple title card here. I'm not going overboard. There is a lot of pattern on this spread already, a lot of pattern and a lot of color. So I felt like I didn't need to do a lot more here to really make it work or to add anything else. Okay, so I think I'm nearly done here. I do need to fix this card here that I'm cutting on right now. So when I trimmed it out with my scissors, I did not do a great job, and it was not at all even. So I used my guillotine trimmer to just even things up, and then when I did that, it was way smaller than 3x4. So I decided to back it with this pink stripe paper from the Life Crafted kit, and because that's a 4x6 pocket and I have 2 3x4s in it, I decided just to use this paper to hold them together and keep things from moving around in that pocket. So I'm going to glue down my photo and then center that card within that pink paper to give it a pink border all the way around. And I needed to trim off a little bit more from the top and bottom just to make the border even around all 4 sides. And of course, I added adhesive before I realized I needed to do that, so that was a bit tricky, and I ended up getting adhesive all over my hand there, which I needed to clean off, or I was going to get it on my photos. But yeah, so that worked out perfectly to add that card into that pocket and still get it looking even. I think I just add one more sticker here, and then I will do my journaling off camera. So that's going to be it for this spread. There are some close-up photos coming up so you can see all the little details, and I did go back in and add a few enamel dots as well. So thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will definitely get back to you. All of the products are linked below. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will see you back here very soon.